All right. No, much rather you sleep in that class. I won't sleep in this class. All right. So, well, unlike that, we're about to do all sorts of things. Oh, hey, Braden. How's it going? Okay, so we are going to do a couple warm-ups. Then we are going to go over adverb clauses, and that's going to be that's going to take us up till our break and also talk just about the rest of the semester a little bit. Then we're going to do our lit circle groups at 1:45. And then you'll have the same within your group. You'll have the same. Oh, no, not again. Oh, hold on. Hold on a second. I'm having a. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see if this will work. Oops. That was not what I was trying to do. Braden, can you hear me now? Any better? Oh, sorry. Braden is here, but he can't hear me. Ooh. Did we have the same issue? Was it with Braden before?
Yep.
Yeah. Are you muted? No, I'm not muted. Who has their computer open? Gage.
Oh.
Do me a favor. Go in the hallway. Go in the hallway and join this meet and see if you can hear me. Oh, did you hear that big sigh? Oh, don't listen to Brenda. She's just mean. Oh, wait. He said he could hear me. Come back. I just did that to mess with you. All right. Hold on. Braden, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay, we got it all figured out. All right. I just thought Gage would want a little bit extra exercise. All right, so today we're gonna do those topics. Then when we come back in, we're gonna do our lit circles. That's why we're in these different shapes than we would normally be in. At the very end of class, I'm hoping we'll have a little bit of time to go over the the Google form that you completed for this week. And hi, Elijah. And then that is it. Hey, how's it going? All right, so that's our day. Okay, so we're going to start today with rapid fire thumbs. So in order to play rapid fire thumbs, you need one thumb. Did everybody remember to bring one thumb to class with you today? Some of you even brought two thumbs. You were really prepared. Okay, so I'm going to do thumbs up or thumbs down, but we're going to do it kind of fast, and we're going to do it within categories. So the first category is going to be fast food. So if you like the thing, thumbs up. If you don't like the thing, thumbs down. Okay? All right. Are you ready with the neutral thumb? All right. McDonald's, Wendy's, Taco John's, Taco Bell,
Oh, how about you?
Chipotle, Big Mama's, Panera Bread, Burger King. Oh no, Burger King's not got much love today. Long John Silver's. I never eat there it was my favorite restaurant when I was a little kid.
I haven't eaten there since I was like 6.
Okay. New category. Vegetables, carrots, broccoli, peas, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, green beans. I hate green beans. I don't like the way they feel in my teeth. Celery. All right. I feel like no one ever likes celery, but I think it's
Celery, peanut butter.
Oh, that's a great snack right there. All right. Dessert foods, chocolate chip cookies, peanut butter cookies, ginger snaps, snickerdoodles, peanut butter pie, Buckeyes. You don't like peanut butter, do you? You don't like peanut butter either? Wow, I didn't even know that was possible not to like peanut butter. Pecan pie,
I never smelled what peanut butter.
pumpkin pie. Gross. I don't want to smell wet peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Funnel cakes.
Athens County Fair, man. Memories.
So let's do fair food. Okay, so funnel cakes, elephant ears. Oh, those crispy Belgian waffle things. Fried cheese sticks. Fried Oreos. Oh, fried cookie dough. I've never had it, but I'm giving it a thumbs up anyway. Fair fries. Fair fries with vinegar. Oh yeah, some people really hate vinegar. Okay, one more. How about Christmas time activities? Holiday activities. Let's keep it non-denominational in here. Christmas activities. Okay. Christmas caroling. Do people even Christmas carol? I think it sounds like fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
caroling at the mall yesterday.
Oh, see, I love singing, but I'm just so bad at it. Okay, Christmas caroling, Christmas shopping. Online Christmas shopping.
I hate shopping.
Yeah, I actually love shopping. It's a horrible thing to like. Wrapping presents. Oh, I hate wrapping presents. You guys are good gift givers. How about baking? Cooking dinner for the family. I don't like regular cooking. I really like baking. What else do people do at Christmas? Sledding.
Yeah, it's a high.
What else? What's another?
Decorating.
What is it? Oh yeah, decorating for Christmas. Putting away the Christmas decorations. That's the worst part of Christmas of all time. Okay. Okay, that's all I got. All right, so now we're gonna do boring facts. I want to know 2 boring facts about you. They should not be interesting at all. So 2 boring facts. Like I have 1 dog. That's a boring fact. Wait, I don't have a dog. Oh, that was sad to say. I have 1 cat. Okay, that's not very interesting. I mean, I think it's interesting, but or I drive a Honda. Okay, very boring facts. Exciting facts are like I cut off my own toe with the chainsaw. That's a fun fact. Okay. All right, Sam, 2 boring facts. Okay, Mason, you're first.
Oh, I'm always first.
No, you're not. Boring facts.
Boring fact.
It's supposed to be easier than fun facts.
You're wearing Ohio State, man. You have a lot.
Oh yeah, tell us you like Ohio State.
I like Ohio State.
Okay, and
Ooh, I have earrings. That's not really that boring. But
oh, I didn't know that.
I don't wear them.
Oh. Does that mean that normally you can't hear what we're saying?
Not most of the time.
Oh man, Mason, that was your chance to say what? So you can hear pretty well without them, but you're supposed to wear them.
Yeah, the doctor said I was supposed to, but if I try hard enough, I can hear.
Oh. That's pretty impressive. Yeah. All right, now go, Sam.
I am dressed in all black.
Okay. What else?
For my shoes. And I drive a Toyota.
Mhm. All right.
Orange old car.
All right, Olivia. 2 boring facts about you. Oh, fantastic. All right, Brenna. 2 boring facts. Okay, I like your dog too. All right, Alex. 2 boring facts about you. Oh, that's okay. I
There we go.
don't like football, so there you go. All right. All right.
I have 10 toes and blonde hair.
10 toes and blonde hair. All right. Gage, you already had to do this
Red
once.
jacket, and, I have this car.
Okay. All right. Braden, do you have 2 boring facts for us?
No, Ohio State. Not where it's at.
I guess.
What if you see? This is what you'll see if you see Braden.
Oh, he's not even gonna show it.
No.
Oh, it's got that green heart on there.
What's his boring fact?
Well, if you guys would be quiet, he could do his boring facts. Go ahead, Braden.
He should show his face.
I have a dog and I'm short. There you go.
He has a dog and he's short. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, there you go.
He's taller than me now.
All right, so we are going to. Why does that noise always happen? Who cares that I have an email? I don't want to have an email.
Oh, whoa.
What? Did I
You
say?
should not be saying that. If you're on me all the time about you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, no, I'm sure this was a very important email that I just received. Okay. We are going to talk today about. Well, first, let's just briefly talk about the rest of the semester. So we have 2 weeks before Christmas break. Woo! And then we have 2 weeks after winter break for the rest of this semester. So normally, you guys know we would be switching classes at Christmas, but we're not doing that this year because we started so late and we're going 2 weeks later. So we won't actually hit 18 weeks of being in school till 2 weeks after we come back from break. So we are going to continue with our lit circles. We're doing this grammar for high school. This is our last topic. We're going to do some reviewing of the mechanics things that we've started on, and you guys are in vocab 6 right now, unit 6 of your vocab, and that is going to be our last one of those. So we're really tying a bow on a lot of these topics that we're covering. When we return from break, we'll have a week where we're going to be working on. Now, who knows what that's going to look like, but ideally, like the plan is right now, when we come back on January the 20th, we will be going 4 days a week, Tuesday through Friday, and everyone will be here. I mean, not everyone, none of the virtual people will be here, but you all will be coming in 4 days a week instead of 2 days a week. And we'll be doing, it'll be a,
the other side of class.
what's that?
The other side
Yes,
of class.
yeah, everybody will be here together. So instead of being however many you are, you'll be 10, 12,
Be close together.
something like that. I know.
That's not gonna work.
So
County just shut down.
who did?
Then
So did Alfred.
They
went
did?
virtual. Yeah.
I thought they were. They just said that they were going to keep going to school until.
They're all closed down now. Because just the basketball coach closed Alfred.
Okay, well then let me just tell you this. Let's not even bother trying to think about what might happen next semester. I do know this. For this semester, the things that we are going to do are finish the grammar for high school stuff. We are going to review the mechanics stuff. We're going to finish reading our lit circle book. We're going to finish up this last unit of vocab. All of that stuff except for lit circles and maybe the finishing of the adverb clauses will mostly be done by the time we head into break. When we come back, we're going to do a project based on our lit circle books. Yes? It will be your choice. So you can choose to work with another person in your group or you can choose to work by yourself. So you're going to complete a project. Then you're going to, then we'll have 1 week, the following week, we'll probably work on it maybe for like a week and a half. And then we'll have a final for this class. That final will be a comprehensive final. It won't be the hugest final that normally I do a like grammar mechanics test similar to the one that you did at the beginning of the year. I mentioned it to Sam, she didn't even remember doing this, but it was a Google form where you filled, it was a pre-test for what we were going to learn. You'll be doing something similar to that as an exit test to see, okay, what did you learn over the course of the semester? So you'll be testing yourself and you'll also be testing me so I can see, this worked, this didn't work, they learned this, they didn't learn this. Then, so we'll be looking at all of the grammar and grammar for high school stuff. I will not include the vocab words in there because I feel like we just did not do enough with them. So I would hate to start giving you tests over vocab words that you learned week 1 when we didn't. You guys better toe the line, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. Okay, so that will be what your final is. It'll be significantly shorter. Normally we do a big literary analysis, but I feel like we just did not do enough in-class practice writing in-depth kind of work this semester for me to justify giving you that kind of a final. So it'll be a lot easier than normal. So that's what we've got on the docket. No matter what happens over the next few weeks, I want to say to you all how happy I was at the number of people who showed up for Google Meets. I know it wasn't everybody, and I know there were a lot of people who they're not able to be there due to internet issues. But if you did show up, you should pat yourself on the back. That was great. I was a little worried when we had to pivot like that and there was no warning. And then all of a sudden we were on virtual. I was very impressed. You guys did a good job. And people who were not able to come, those of you who communicated with me, I appreciate that so very much. And so does your grade. Okay, so let's talk about adverb clauses. Oh, wait, are there any questions about that? Yes, no? Okay, we're going to talk about adverb clauses. Ooh. So you will need your book. One last time.
Man.
I don't mean one last time. I mean for one last topic. And, I should share my screen while I'm at it. What's up? Oh, you broke your Chromebook? That's what you're saying? That's a big bummer. You really had us all fooled about what a good kid you were, huh? He's out there slamming his Chromebook every time he gets mad. All right.
I didn't know how many more times you pulled up after.
All right. Week 15. We're in week 15. Hey, two things I need to mention to you. One, this is midterms. Midterms close on Friday. So whatever is due before this Friday is going to go on to this midterm. So just be aware of that. So, yeah, if you have some missing work, get it in. Also, I know the other thing I needed to tell you. So we met not too long ago in divisions because missing work has been a real problem this semester. And so it was decided between the D3 advisors that any missing or any late work was going to be counted as 10% off. So just be aware of that from now on. I have started to take off that 10%. That does not in any way mean that if you have some late work, you shouldn't turn it in, because 10% off of a 10-point assignment is only 1 point that you're going to miss. 20-point assignment, it's still going to be worth 18 points. So, but we just really felt like there should be some sort of reward for people who are getting it in on time, and also to try and motivate people to turn their work in on time, so it's not such a big burden on teachers trying to grade late work. Actually, my system has actually worked out pretty well for me, because I collect the work early in the week and I grade the work later in the week, and so usually I catch all of those missing assignments. So it hasn't been too bad for me. I also think it'd be harder if I was a math teacher, because I feel like math teachers assign like a lot of small assignments instead of a few big assignments every week. So
Maybe like a lot of smaller assignments.
Is math hard this year or something?
No,
all right, so let's take a look at adjective clauses. Oh no, Mason, what are we gonna do with your Chromebook?
Put it in some rice.
Hey, oh my gosh. Hey, Braden, can you see my, you probably can't see this, can you?
Can I see what?
Exactly. You're probably just looking at the screen that shows me presenting. Oh,
The,
okay. I'll go over to, I'll open it in 2 different tabs. Okay, so I got a second screen. And so that has made my life awesome, except that I haven't really exactly figured out how it works yet. So. All right, I'll open it on both. Okay, so if you open the adjective clause paper here. Oh, man. Okay, so, let's try adverb clause instead of adjective clause. All right, so you should have already turned in the assessment for adjective clauses where you added an adjective clause. So adverb clause introduction and practice 1. Ooh, I think I forgot to say on here what page this is. I should probably add that. Don't let me forget to do that when we're done. All right, so it is on page 80 of this. It says, it's under week 15. And it says, oh, so look, it says adjective clause. I'm a moron.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Sorry about that. It should say adverb. Please remind me when I'm done babbling that I need to adjust that nonsense. All right, so we're on page 80. So answer these questions before you begin reading. Number 1, what is the difference between an independent and a dependent clause? I want you to think about that. What is the difference? Okay, you know what the difference is. Brenna, can you tell us the difference? I done taught them something. All right. If you already knew that before you got here, don't ruin my day. Okay. So independent clause can stand alone as a sentence. A dependent clause has a subject and a verb, but it can't. So we talked about this last week that, or 2 weeks ago, maybe even 3 weeks ago, that often a dependent clause, it can be just one word that makes that difference. So if I said, oh no, Mason, do you need to get some technical support? Okay, you are welcome to at any point when you feel like I got the hang of this, I don't need to listen to Miss Sell anymore. If you want to go find the tech guy, you are more than welcome to go find him or check in at the office to try and get that figured out. All right, so okay, so if I said Mason broke his Chromebook, that is a complete sentence. It has a subject, Mason. It has a verb, broke his Chromebook. That's the direct object. So Mason broke his Chromebook, so that is an independent clause. It can stand alone as a sentence. But if I said until Mason broke his Chromebook, suddenly I've changed it completely. That cannot stand alone as a sentence, but it has a subject and it has a verb, so it is a dependent clause because clause has to have subject and a verb. All right, what is an adverb? Here's the real test. What is an adverb? Okay, think about it. All right, here we go. Someone who is not Aria, tell us what an adverb is. I feel like we have leaned on Aria for our definitions of the parts of speech for the entire semester. Who can tell me what an adverb is? You can do it. You can do it. It even has the word buried in. Alex, what's an adverb? Oh, I don't believe you. I think you do.
The word or phrase that is a verb.
Who can do it? Sam?
It's a word
Oh.
expression that modifies the verb, adjective, and other actions.
All right. So everybody's always really good at adjective, describes a noun, and adverb. It has verb right in the word. I feel like that one's even more obvious. An adverb describes or modifies a verb. A verb or also another adverb. But we just remember it as it describes a verb. All right, so type that in there. Type that in there. Don't just sit there like a lump. Do the typing. Oh, there I did put the pages on there. Oh, I'm so smart. Hey, Sam, tell me what the other things were in the definition that you looked up. Modifies an adverb or a verb, modifies another adverb, an adjective. Okay, so mainly we usually think about it as when we're learning them that it modifies a verb, but it kind of is like modifies everything else that's not a noun. Anything that can stand by itself that's not a noun. All right, if we read, so now we're going to read pages 80 through 81 in Grade for High School and answer these questions about adverb clauses as we go. Okay, so we're going to be looking for what questions do adverb clauses answer? Note these are the same questions that adverbs answer. Oh, okay, nice. All right, so I'm going to read this part and then let's go back and answer these questions. A definition, a dependent clause that gives more information about the rest of the sentence. Like all clauses, adverb clauses contain a subject and its verb. Adverb clauses answer these questions about an independent clause and begin with the words in parentheses. These are also called subordinate conjunctions. When does it happen? It would begin with after, as, before, when, while, until. Why does it happen? Which would begin with because or since. How does it happen? Which would begin with as if or as though. And under what condition does it happen? Which would begin with although or if. Sentences can contain single or multiple adverb clauses. So let's stop right there. All right, our first question, or our third question. What questions do adverb clauses answer? And I just noted on my own, these are the same questions that adverbs answer. Okay, so those are there we have it right there. When does it happen? Why does it happen? How does it happen? Under what condition does it happen? All right, type those suckers in right there.
You didn't type the file on the
Oh, right there. Nope. You're looking the wrong direction. You got it. Oh, poor Mason. I can't hand you another Chromebook. I'm sorry. It's totally up to you. Whenever you decide you've had enough and you're too irritated, go ahead and take care of it. I'd say go down to see Jess first because she can let you know where Cole is usually. So if we take a look at that very first one there, when does it happen? Our example earlier was until Mason broke his Chromebook. So that is actually an example of an adverb clause that would answer the question, when does it happen? When does it happen? Well, it happened until Mason broke his Chromebook. Okay, next question. Oh, phooey. Okay, what type of word do adverb, God bless America. What type of word do adverb clauses begin with? They have a fancy name. Who can tell me what that fancy name is? Yes. All right. Subordinate conjunctions. Now, oftentimes we think of, we are taught the coordinating conjunctions, which are the fanboys. They join two things together. But we have other types of conjunctions called subordinate conjunctions. They do the same thing. They're joining things together. So they are joining things together, but they're called subordinate conjunctions. It makes your clause a subordinate clause, and subordinate is just another name for dependent. A dependent clause and a subordinate clause are the same thing. So these subordinate conjunctions turn a clause from independent into dependent. Okay. List the words that qualify as the above here. All right, so let's list those subordinate conjunctions. After, as, before, when, while, until, because, since, as if, as though, although, and if. All of these are subordinate conjunctions. Those go right there in number 5.
So what is number 5? I'm sorry.
Number 5 is a list of the subordinate conjunctions. Engage, those are after each one of the questions. There's a list of those in italics. All right, so before we go any further, let's take a look at some examples. So, single adverb clauses. Although good looks may rally one's attention, a lasting sense of a person's beauty reveals itself in stages. So, although good looks may rally one's attention, that is an adverb clause. Starts with although. And we see a little comma there at the end of it. Delicatessens on Sunday night, when all other stores are shut, will overcharge you ferociously. So this one answers, when does it happen? The next one, number 3, one leg was gone and the other was held by tendons, and part of the trousers and stump twitched and jerked as though they were not connected. Gross! A Farewell to Arms is a book that takes place in war, so I can see why it's so disgusting. All right, we can also have multiple adverb clauses where we kind of pile them onto each other. So, he was one of those guys that think they're being a pansy if they don't break around 40 of your fingers when they shake hands with you. So, the first one begins with if, the second one begins with when. So you'll see they can go right on top of each other. Number 5, when she grinned, her baby teeth shone like a string of pearls, and when she laughed, her thin shoulders shook and twitched. So those are non-consecutive. They're in 2 separate parts of the sentence. And then finally, we've got 4 of them right on top of each other. As he soared upward, as the wind rushed through his hair, as the crowd's faces became mere flesh-colored pinpricks below, and as the horned tail shrank to the size of a dog, he realized that he had left not only the ground behind, but also his fear. So that one comes from Harry Potter. And those are all beginning with the word as. All right, so number 6, let's go back to that. Define an adverb clause in your own words here. So what are some of the things that we need to make sure to put in that definition? What's one thing that we should make sure to include in that definition, Olivia? Yeah, so they answer questions about other parts of the sentence. Brenna, what's something else that we need to include in our adverb clause definition? Alex, what's something else we should include there? If we're making up our own definition. You can use the book and also what you've already written in. What's that?
I just said excessive description.
Okay, so it can feel excessive at some times, sure. Okay, so we want to make sure in our definition that we're including that it answers questions about other parts of the sentence, that it is a dependent clause, that it adds description to the sentence. I guess we already had that part there. Oh, heck yeah, it can. It can be taken out of the sentence. And what is it going to start with? A subordinate conjunction.
I spelled that word right.
Subordinate?
Yeah.
And Sam has already answered the question number 7, which is, can you remove an adverb clause from a sentence without destroying its basic meaning? Sam, can we do that? What? Exactly. We can take it out. It just adds more detail. And that is stated over on page 81, but we didn't need to read it because Sam already figured that out. So the answer to number 7 is yes. All right, on your sheet itself, I've added a little something that I stole from EnglishGrammar101.com because our book does not address the issue of commas with adverb clauses. So the basic, is it fixed?
And like reset it.
Oh, wow, that was really shockingly fast. All right, commas with adverb clauses. So when an adverb clause is at the beginning of the sentence, it is an introductory clause and needs a comma separating it from the independent clause. So if we looked at number 1 on the single adverb clauses on page 80, although good looks may rally one's attention, there's a comma after that. The adverb clause that I made up earlier, until Mason broke his Chromebook, comma, class was going along just fine. All right, so we would need a comma before we head into the main part of the sentence because it's considered an introductory clause. So back up to the sheet here. If the adverb clause comes after the independent clause, the conjunction is enough to hold the two clauses together. For example, we will not have school today because it snowed last night. So that subordinate conjunction, because, is going to hold it to the rest of the sentence. Because it snowed last night, comma, we will not have school today. So authors sometimes choose, for artistic reasons, to ignore this rule. This is the rule, and you should know. So the thing that authors often ignore is that you don't need a comma if you've got an adverb clause at the end of the sentence. If you or in the end or the middle of the sentence. If you look at some of our examples here, there are commas all over them. But just so that you know, the rule is that you should not need a comma unless the adverb clause is at the beginning of the sentence. I'm never going to test you on that. The only thing that is really super important for you to know is that if there's an adverb clause at the beginning of the sentence, it needs to be set apart with a comma. You're probably already doing that because you know things like if I start a sentence with because, there's going to be a comma after that part of the sentence. This is just solidifying. Okay, now we've got a matching here. So complete the matching section found on page 82. There's a space for each sentence. Write out the sentences as usual. Numbers and letters will be returned. The idea is for you to practice creating and hearing the phrase in use, not just to get the correct answer. So, oh my gosh, look, I put adjective clause again. What's that?
I did the first 2. I don't know the rest of the 3.
Well, awesome. Then we can do them together. How's that sound?
Oh, sounds like a lot of fun.
Okay. That's what I love about you guys, is your enthusiasm. Even if you don't really feel enthusiastic, you do a good job of acting enthusiastic.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Let's just change this so it says adverb clause. But unfortunately, here, you change it on yours too. you can say, I have to change this because my teacher's a moron. Really what happens is I copy and paste my work from the week before and I forget to change things. All right. So over to page 82. So how about I give you maybe 5 minutes to get started on this, and then we'll go over them together. And in that 5 minutes, I'm going to sneak out and go to the restroom. So, I think Brenda's in charge again. Bye. Right. Whip. Sorry, I just inhaled my Altoid. Oh my gosh.
Why is this one clause for the whole paragraph?
Oh, it's a bunch of them stuffed together. Well, it's some different. Ooh, it's got some adverb clauses and some prepositional phrases in there. Like when you walk down the night street, that's an adverb clause, but over the wooden sidewalks, that's a prepositional phrase. That was mild.
I was gonna burp. I forgot.
Oh no, are you gonna get the hiccups now?
I just read it.
Number 3. His life was a screaming bore. It means he's bored by himself. All right, we're going to start sharing out in about 30 seconds. So if you're not done, that's fine. You're going to just need to make a note of this, so of what others share, so you can type that in there. All right, number 1. Mason, would you feel comfortable reading your number 1?
Many were enchanted by the sound of my voice and began at once to cue and clap their shutting in, while long strings of jewels turned them into shapes.
Yum. Babies are gross. All right, so that is 100% correct. Notice there's no comma connecting that with the rest of the sentence. The word while is doing the connecting. So when we look at that adverb clause, while long strings of drool ran down their chins, is describing how, well, I guess when the twins were clapping their hands. And clapping and cooing, those are verbs. So that is what this adverb clause is modifying. All right, number 2. Sam, can you read number 2 for us? All right, so poor Tommy Castelli his life was just awful. It was a screaming bore. It wasn't just boring, it was a screamingly boring. All right. Number 3. Olivia, can you read us your number 3 together first? Yeah, this is a really... Oh, that's the one that you didn't like. The drops of blood from the injured soldier fell very slowly as they fall from an icicle after the sun has gone down. As they fall from an icicle.
Drops of blood fall from it.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. I'll have to look that up and see if this is correct or if this is if it was a misprint or if this was Ernest Hemingway's bad writing. All right, Brenna, can you do number 4 for us? You only did the first 3. Okay. Who got to number 4? Aria, did you get to number 4? Go ahead.
The Buffalo Bar sounded like a terrible place, but when you walked down into the night streets of the wooden sidewalks and the long string of a small fog of waving dirty lantern, blocking your face, and finally you pushed open the swing doors and saw the men sitting, and talking and drinking, and fat girl coming towards you, it seemed like pretty nice.
Oh, yeah. So that sounds nice. Fat Carl coming toward you. Lovely. Thanks. Very good. All right, this last one, then I'll read for you. Number 5, to get to my right is Gretchen, who's got her chin jutting out. Oh, I would like it if long strings of drool were running down her chins, but as if it would, well, that's not it. Wait, to my right is Gretchen, who's got her chin jutting out, as if it would win the race all by itself. Oh, it must be her chin is winning the, oh, I see, her chin is jutting out in front of everything else. It's going to win the race. All right. So that's going to be that first one there.
They're making fun of her chin.
We are totally making fun of her chin. Yes, we are. At least Tony K. Bambera is. We are not doing it. We're blaming it on Tony. All right. When you get that finished, turn it in. And we will decide if do we want to break? Do you want to break? I did everybody like earlier today. Everyone was miserable. I'm not going to the gym and letting people breathe on me.
Sit there and walk around.
No. Your first block teacher isn't as paranoid about coronavirus as I am. She let you guys infect each other. All right. Oh, there's Cheyenne. Hi, Cheyenne. Hey. All right. Okay. Well, yes, no. Are we breaking or are we not breaking? We're just staying here because we're lazy. Okay, we'll just stay here. I mean, I'm okay with it. If you had told me on September the 1st that I would be able to make it through an entire day wearing this thing on my face, I would have told you were crazy because I thought I was like, after 5 minutes, I was like, oh, I can't breathe. And now I don't even think about it. All right. Okay, so we're gonna. You guys are still working. I'm gonna stop talking. Keep working. Oh, Mason will never get done now.
Wait, what are we doing?
Nothing. We're waiting for Mason to finish his work finally. No. We're getting ready to transition into lit circles is what we're doing. Oops, wrong one. There we go. All right. Okay, so as people are finishing that up, let's talk about what we're going to do here. That probably didn't work. All right, so let's talk just a little bit about what we're going to do today in our lit circles. So we have our roll sheets from last week. So this will be the 3rd time we've done this, but the first time we've done it in person. So just when we get used to one thing, we're doing a new thing. So today we've got seats are shuffled a bit. So this group is in a really large circular shape over here. And this group is 2 people with 2 other.
We're on the same chapter, right?
You two people are? Oh, nice. Okay, so maybe we even have two separate groups within the two groups that we have today. So I will let you all work out however you want to have that discussion. We know, and let me just also say to the two of you and to anybody else who's in this same situation, it is really important that you read and stay on top of your work. It is really hard for your group members when you don't do that. At the same time, I so appreciate people who will come to class and be like, I'm sorry, I didn't read, instead of trying to cheat their way out of things. So I'm going to ask that the groups figure out a way to deal with people being at different areas of the chapter. So if some people are like, well, we read everything, so we're going to talk to each other, and two people are like, well, we're only at this part, so we're going to talk to each other, I am totally okay with that. When I say figure out a way to deal with it, don't deal with it by like, well, we're going to shame the two people who didn't read what they were going to. No, that's not what I mean. So you have a couple of things to do today. One is to work through your roll sheet. So again, if you want to break up into subgroups, that is okay. If there are some people within your group who are not caught up, that would prefer to sit out and want to read today, this is also totally acceptable. So I'll ask that the first thing the groups do is to do your interviewing. So the membership grid is going to be the first thing that you do today, so you get a little bit warmed up, talk to each other. Once you finish your membership grid, let me get over to that real quick. Once you complete your membership grid, which you are going to find in week 12. So this is this going to be your third membership grid that you fill out? Okay, so this will be number 3. So whatever your third topic is, remember the goal is to get each group member to talk for 1 minute about the topic. Once you finish that up, then you're going to move on to the roll sheet that is in week 14. So when you are finished, and this group, the place where the C remembers group, I got something a little bit weird. So let me just try to clear that up. Each person needs to turn in what he or she did on his or her own roll sheet. So each person should have, ideally, the first 2 sections filled out. So the first one is the passages, I think. Beautiful passages. The second one is questions. I think that's right. It could be wrong. But the first 2, everyone should fill out on their own piece of paper, right? I'm only holding you responsible for what you were supposed to do. So you should have the first 2 sections filled out. And then whatever section you were assigned to, each person only needs to be assigned to 1 section. If you have only 3 people in your group, only 3 of those sections are going to get done. And that is okay. So you need to have your own section, 1 of those sections, and then the 2 top things filled out on your own roll sheet. You're going to turn that roll sheet in at the end of our time together today in our lit circles. You are getting an F if you already turned that in, young man. Of course, you may already turn it in. Now, you're going to turn that in at the end of our lit circle discussion today. I will take note of who turned it in and who did not turn it in. I'm going to assume if you did not turn it in, that means because you are not caught up. You will get partial credit for turning that in on down the line. Again, I'm going to encourage you to please try and get caught up so that you can participate fully in your lit circle discussion. Also with the caveat that if your group wants to slow down or change its reading schedule, that is also okay. Or if you want to break into subgroups, this is also okay. It's a weird situation. It would be one thing if this was a normal year, but again, it's a weird situation. But I do appreciate those folks who have been staying on top of their reading. All right, so you're going to complete rolls. You should have this done already. You're going to share out what you brought and talk about it. Nobody has to fill out anything else while you're sharing out this thing. That you can listen to what the other people have brought to the discussion, talk to them about it, but you don't have to fill that out in your own roll sheet, just what you were assigned. Once you've got those two things done, you're going to do this exit ticket. Okay. So let's take a look at that real quick. Hold on, I keep forgetting to open it on the class one. Okay, so after your group has finished your discussion based on the roll sheet, you're going to analyze the following. So a motif, that's a literary term. A motif is a repeated image or idea that an author repeats throughout a piece of writing. Motifs help develop and create other literary elements of the story, like the mood or the theme. For an obvious example, night or darkness is an example from the book that you all read last year, Night. You remember the book with Elie Wiesel. Throughout the whole book, they're often locked in rooms that are dark. They move at nighttime. It rains a lot. It's very dark. And so that refrain of night referring throughout the entire book to darkness and blackness really contributes to the overall mood and tone of that book. So it is different from a symbol in that a symbol is a specific object that represents an idea at a specific time in a book. So for example, in The Great Gatsby, the green light at the end of the dock symbolized Gatsby's hope about Daisy. That was a very specific thing. Even though it popped up several times in the book, it's a very specific thing that represents something else. So a lot of times people mix up motif and symbol, but a motif is something that recurs throughout the book, whether it's an idea or an image, and it does not necessarily represent something else. All right, so when you're finished, you're going to talk with the other members of your group 3 possible motifs for your book. So what's something that's come up over and over again 3 times? And then explain one of them and its importance here so far. So then you're just going to choose one of those and talk about it. Okay, who's a question about any of those items? Okay, so this group is here in person. Awesome. That makes everything much easier. All right, so this group is going to get to talk to this group. And then this group is, oh wait, hold on, who's that? Hey, your other group member is here. Cheyenne is here. So she's going to be joining you guys there. But I think what you guys should do is just have one person join the meet. Does that make sense? So if one of you guys would take control of ushering Cheyenne into the conversation, and maybe you guys want to do the same thing so that you don't both have the meet going. So if one of you guys can get the meet up and then share your screen so that you guys can talk to each other. Does that make sense? Oh, nice. Okay, there you go. All right. So I'm going to copy and, oh, I've got to get this going. Oh, there's Aria. Okay. I've got to get the breakout rooms going. All right. So here we go. I'll do it the same way that I've been doing. So I'm going to put it here in the chat. So if you are a virtual group member, you can go ahead and join. Why does that look like all of them? No, they're there. Okay, if you're a virtual group member, go ahead and join there. And if you are a, we learned this the hard way before. Oh yeah. Okay, let's just turn that off before it starts making that hideous noise. All right, so if you're a virtual group member, go ahead and join via the link right there. And then if you're in class and you're in charge of your group's meet, go ahead and join there. And I'm going to shut up and let you guys get to work. If you are a person who's in your group who's going to spend their time working on things that you have yet to complete, and you want to move, that is also okay, but you should do your membership grid with your group first. Okay, and go. Oh, I forgot to, hold on, I forgot to actually start the breakout rooms. Okay, here they go. Very slowly. Mm. Okay. Now, hold on. Okay, so major technical difficulties. I've got to log out and start the whole process over again. So I'll be right back.
Is it still not working? I'm so confused. I don't know what's happening.
Me too, Cheyenne. Me too. Well, we tried.
Yep.
Do I leave? I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay, so you can just oh, you want that link, don't you? I don't know what's going on. It's just not working. I mean, it's working, but
It's okay. We tried. We can just we'll try tomorrow.
heck no, I'm not trying tomorrow. Okay, well, There we go. All right, we'll try it again.
That's probably the only time it's gonna work for me.
All right, I need to turn off the volume.
Yeah.
Is it working now?
Cheyenne, can you hear me? Cheyenne, Mail, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now. I don't know what was going
I
on.
see you
but,
talking,
like,
but I can't hear you. And there's Braden. Cheyenne,
Wait,
I
Miss,
see
I have a
you.
question. Miss, I have a question. Miss L.
Cheyenne, say something to me.
um,
Oh, I can't hear
I'm very
you.
confused.
Now I feel like it is. I had this problem before. Hold on a second. I really have problems. Hey, I sent you guys a message. Can you see that? Okay. They're going to work together. You guys are going to work together. Okay. So since you guys are like close to each other in the book right now, and then we can play. So go ahead and talk about what you guys are together. You can, yeah.
Wait, Miss L, can you hear me? Miss L.
I can hear you now, Braden.
Miss L. Dang.
And for wordsmith, oh, the use of words.
That's what I'm,
I think the tells not you cannot that place again.
Guadalajara.
That's where I'm at.
And I think we need to just get it. Stuff.
Oh, Robbo is gonna come back to race. Robert, yeah, Robert, can come back and
Have a silent. Yeah, what do you think of that? It's a silent agenda. Oh, you're walking? Oh, wait.
No, we,
Sorry, you can do it in opposite. In opposite order.
you have a picture. And then like that.
Hey, we don't know.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
That's the picture. So we have to take a different start.
Nope. We don't. Nope. My picture
You don't have
about
already.
this week. I really like that one.
What you have?
It was.
I like the one that,
Yeah, I was. If some people want to stay nectar, if some people want to stay married to theirs each week, but you do need to share those out. Once you're done with your. Do you guys talk about the ideas of license here? Okay. All right, then once you do that, then do the share out we got for your role.
Yeah, the way you done it.
Hold on, let me. What was one that you picked?
Ocean water.
Yeah, that's just perfect. That's like if someone was going to define motif, that would be a perfect example.
There's two more.
Praise the Lord. I can hear you now. I'm so sorry, guys. What a mess. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me pop open the roll sheet and share it with you real quick, okay? And just like point to the parts that you need to do. All right, so, oh, hold on. I have to actually do it first. All right, present now. I'm sorry, did I give you a heart attack by giving you a 1? I mark it like that. Yes. Okay. So can you see that? Okay. So everybody should do the beautiful words, phrases, and short passages. So you should have a couple of beautiful phrases, words, or passages. And then you're going to do questions or predictions here. And then each person who's in your group should have taken one of these jobs: wordsmith, connector, discussion director, whatever. And then whichever one is the one that you pick, that's where you're going to. So if you were the wordsmith, you're going to put your stuff here under wordsmith. And then once you do that, you're going to share it with your group. Then you're going to turn it in. Does that make sense? That is totally fine. So, so for now, this might even make it easier. We're going to split your group up a little bit, because one group is they're at almost the exact same place in the book, and you guys are close to each other in the book. You guys are where you're supposed to be, right? Or where you would plan to be. Okay. So for now, and that might even be easier for us to manage. There are 2 virtual people working together and our 2 in-person people working together. Does that work for you guys for now? Okay. So today you each just share out what you brought for your roll sheets, and then do the exit ticket together. Sound good? Awesome. What's up? So you should. So you're supposed to do one every week and bring it to your stuff. So the first week you got one of those and you decided what you were going to do, what you were doing. That was final circle discussion that you were Okay. So I'll go back and look at that. So then for the one that was due today, did you? Okay, but you did do. Oh, you did the one that came up today. You put it on. Okay. I've got you now. So the one that you actually have, now you're getting ready for one to pop open on next week, and then you'll pull that one off. Yeah, I got. Yeah, you got it now. No, we're gonna go over the mechanics stuff. You didn't say the cell line literally so nice. Oh, yeah. For the what? Or for the worship. So because you're behind me, you really didn't have that. Well, okay, you still could have been hung up. What I want you to do is for whatever you read between this week and next week, just pick one, fill it out. Or even you could still take one and maybe share in your group, but go ahead and from what you read between now and next week, fill it out. Yep. We just talked about this. Just start now. Start now.
I read a couple of pages.
Well, that's good. Okay. Yes. No, don't start at the end. Begin at the beginning. And then once everybody's finished up, we're going to go. So, but yes, go ahead and take this time to read. Olivia, I don't know. We'll see where you are next week and where Cheyenne is next week too, because she's here. We're just having trouble inviting her in. So maybe I'll have you guys work together. I don't know. We'll see. We're just taking it 1 week at a time. So just get some reading done and then we'll worry about it next week. Hey, Sam. What are you doing, family? Oh, that's just what I like here. Would you send an email to all of your group members, including Cheyenne? Not Cheyenne Male, Cheyenne Arnold, with the divided up roles for next week? Do you have one that's not filled? Okay, tell her she can do any of them.
How many people are in a group?
See, there's six.
What's your last name?
When they were getting my name in the school district, they didn't have one.
I've always wondered about that. I'm like, why is it? No doubt. They halfway fixed it also. Yeah. So maybe next week we'll just go by how far people have read, and we'll have a people have read this far and beyond are going to be in one group, and the other folks who are not caught up will be in the other group. I think that's what we're on your diploma. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. To just send emails for me all day? Thanks. What? Thank you. Yes, sir. You can do your part and then turn it in later if you don't have it done right now. Because yep, that's fine. Awesome. I think everybody's done. Okay. We're going to talk about the mechanics worksheet. So if you guys want to stick around, you're welcome to do so. If not, we are done. Awesome. Sounds good. Bye, guys.